We all think we are just a little tired and simply need one good night's sleep to fix everything. Spoiler alert, you aren't. You are systematically shutting down. That tiredness is your cells screaming for help because you've been feeding them stress and garbage. You don't need a pillow, you need to stop poisoning yourself.
Welcome back. He's rude, but he's not wrong. Look at yourself. You wake up tired. You drive to work tired. You come home and you are too tired to even watch Netflix, so you just scroll through your phone until you pass out. You treat your body like a rental car that you bought the extra insurance for. You drive it hard, ignore the warning lights, and fill it with cheap fuel. You think this is just getting older or the grind. It isn't. You are suffering from a systemic power failure. Your body is a biological machine designed to hunt mammoths, but you are using it to hunt for emails in a fluorescent-lit box. Today, we are opening the hood. We are going to look at the 30 leaks, breaks, and glitches that are draining your battery faster than an iPhone in the cold. Some of these are medical, some are psychological, and some are just you being stubborn. Put down the energy drink. It won't help you here. Let's diagnose the damage. Fact 1. Iron deficiency, the oxygen starvation. Let's start with the basics of combustion. You need oxygen to burn fuel. You might think you are breathing just fine, but your cells might be suffocating. Iron is the essential mineral that builds hemoglobin, the molecule in your red blood cells that acts as a delivery truck for oxygen. If your iron is low, which is incredibly common, especially in women or vegetarians, those trucks are empty. You inhale, but the oxygen doesn't get where it needs to go. The result is a deep cellular exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. It feels like you are walking through molasses. You get winded walking up a flight of stairs, your skin looks like a vampire's, and your heart has to beat faster just to keep you alive. You aren't lazy. You are literally gasping for air on a microscopic level. Go eat a steak or take a supplement, because your willpower can't run an engine that has no air intake. Fact 2. Vitamin B12 crash, the zombie virus. If iron is the air, vitamin B12 is the electricity. This vitamin is non-negotiable for the health of your nerves and the creation of DNA. Here is the cruel joke of aging. As you get older, your stomach acid gets weaker. You lose the ability to absorb B12 from food efficiently. You could be eating perfectly, but your body is just letting this critical vitamin pass right through you. When B12 drops, you don't just get tired, you get stupid. Doctors call it brain fog, but it feels like early onset dementia. You forget names, you lose your keys, and you feel a strange numbness in your fingers. Your red blood cells become mutated and giant, unable to do their job. It's a stealthy deficiency that creeps up on you over years. You think you're just getting old and slow, but actually, your nervous system is slowly short-circuiting because you lack a basic nutrient found in meat and eggs. Fact 3. Glucose roller coaster, the sugar loan shark. Let's talk about your terrible breakfast choices. If you start your day with a muffin, sugary cereal, or even healthy fruit juice, you are signing a deal with a biological loan shark. Sugar floods your blood, giving you a quick burst of energy. That's the loan. You feel great for exactly 45 minutes. But then, your pancreas panics. It dumps insulin into your system to clear that sugar out, and it overcorrects. Your blood sugar crashes through the floor. This is the 10:30 a.m. slump. You get shaky, irritable, and your brain shuts down. You crave more sugar to fix it, starting the cycle all over again. You spend your entire day oscillating between manic energy and a diabetic coma. This isn't fatigue, this is a chemical roller coaster you built for yourself. Real energy is stable. Stop treating your metabolism like a slot machine and eat some protein. Fact 4. Insulin resistance, the broken doorbell. This is the sequel to the sugar roller coaster, and it's a horror movie. If you abuse your insulin response for decades, your cells eventually stop listening. Insulin knocks on the cell door holding energy, glucose, and the cell screams, "Go away." This is insulin resistance, the precursor to type 2 diabetes. Here is the tragedy. Your blood is full of energy. You have plenty of fuel floating in your veins, but your muscles are starving because the fuel cannot get inside. You are starving to death at a buffet. This causes a heavy, drowsy fatigue, especially after eating. If you need a nap immediately after lunch, this is a massive red flag. Your body is screaming that its fuel injection system is clogged. You don't need more coffee, you need to fast and stop spiking your insulin every 2 hours. Fact 5. Dehydration, sludge blood. Most adults are basically dried fruits walking around in clothes. We rely on coffee, which makes us pee, and we ignore water. Here is the physics. Your blood is mostly water. When you are dehydrated by even 2%, your blood volume drops. Your blood gets thicker and more viscous. It turns from a flowing river into tomato paste. Now, your poor heart has to work twice as hard to pump this sludge through your capillaries. Of course you are tired. Your cardiovascular system is doing a heavy workout while you are sitting in an office chair. You get headaches, your thinking slows down, and you feel weak. This is the easiest fix on this entire list. You don't need a fancy energy supplement. You need a glass of water. It is the cheapest performance-enhancing drug on earth, and you are too stubborn to drink it. Fact this: thyroid failure, the broken gas pedal. Located in your neck is a small butterfly-shaped gland called the thyroid. Think of it as the idle speed controller of your car. It determines how fast your metabolism runs. For millions of people, mostly over 40, this gland decides to go on strike. This is hypothyroidism. When this happens, your body turns down the thermostat to save energy. You feel cold when everyone else is comfortable. Your hair gets dry and brittle. You gain weight just by looking at a donut. And the fatigue? It is heavy, physical, and relentless. It feels like gravity has doubled. You wake up tired, and you go to bed tired. Doctors often miss this because standard ranges for blood tests are huge and outdated. If your thyroid is sluggish, you are living life in slow motion, while the rest of the world is moving at 60 miles per hour. Check your neck butterfly before you blame your work schedule. Fact 7. Sleep apnea, the night choker. This is the silent assassin of men over 40. You think you sleep fine because you snore like a chainsaw and don't remember waking up. In reality, your throat muscles are collapsing, blocking your airway. You stop breathing. Your brain panics, shoots you with adrenaline to wake you up just enough to gasp for air, and then you fall back asleep. This happens 30, 50, maybe 100 times an hour. You are not sleeping. You are being waterboarded by your own throat. You never reach the deep, restorative REM sleep your brain needs to clean itself. You wake up with a dry mouth, a headache, and zero patience. It destroys your heart and kills your libido. If you snore and feel exhausted, you need a CPAP machine, not another espresso. You are literally choking yourself every night. Fact 8. Chronic infection, the background app. Imagine your smartphone battery dying in 2 hours because you have a heavy GPS app running in the background. That is what a chronic, low-grade infection does to your energy. It could be a root canal gone bad, a lingering virus like Epstein-Barr, or a tick bite you didn't notice. You might not have a fever, but your immune system is fighting a quiet World War III inside you. Producing white blood cells and antibodies is incredibly energy expensive. Your body prioritizes survival over your desire to go to the gym or be productive. You feel a general sense of malaise, a fancy word for feeling like garbage. If you are doing everything right, sleeping, eating well, and you are still exhausted, you might have a hidden saboteur draining your resources. Your body is spending its budget on defense, leaving nothing for you. Fact 9. The heart struggle, the faulty pump. We hate to admit it, but sometimes the engine is just failing. Fatigue is one of the earliest, most ignored signs of heart disease. It's not the dramatic clutching of the chest you see in movies. It's a subtle inability to do things that used to be easy. If walking up a flight of stairs wipes you out, or if carrying groceries feels like an Olympic event, Listen to your body. Your heart muscle might be weakening, unable to pump oxygen-rich blood to your muscles efficiently. Your body senses this lack of flow and forces you to sit down to conserve energy. This is exertional intolerance. If you are over 45 and physical tasks leave you disproportionately winded, don't just say, "I'm out of shape." Go see a cardiologist. It's better to be paranoid than to ignore a failing pump. Fact 10. Autoimmune drain. Friendly fire. Normally, your immune system is your bodyguard, but for millions of people, the bodyguard gets confused and starts punching you in the kidneys. This is autoimmune disease: lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's. Your body mistakes your own tissues for foreign invaders and launches an attack. This creates systemic, chronic inflammation. Inflammation is biologically expensive. It burns through your energy reserves like a wildfire. You feel like you have the flu every single day, forever. Your joints ache, your brain feels fuzzy, and you are tired down to your bones. The worst part is that you often look perfectly healthy on the outside, so friends and family tell you to just push through it. You can't push through a civil war happening inside your own veins.
If you survived the medical checkup in Part 1, congratulations. But don't get too comfortable. Now we are moving into the territory of self-sabotage. These are the crimes you commit against your own biology every single night. You think you are relaxing, but you are actually systematically destroying your recovery systems. Let's see how many of these you are guilty of.
Fact 11. Revenge bedtime procrastination. The time thief. This is a psychological phenomenon that explains why you stay awake until 2 a.m. watching videos you don't even like. You feel like you have no control over your daytime life. Your boss owns your morning, your family owns your evening. So, night is the only time you feel free. You stay up late to reclaim a sense of agency, but this revenge is a double-edged sword. You are stealing energy from your future self to pay for a moment of freedom now. It is a biological loan with 100% interest. You trade 2 hours of doom scrolling for 8 hours of misery the next day. You aren't fighting the system, you are just bankrupting your own battery. Go to sleep. The memes will still be there tomorrow. Fact 12. The adenosine trap. The caffeine lie. We need to have a serious talk about your coffee addiction. You believe caffeine gives you energy. It does not. It is merely a chemical liar. Throughout the day, a chemical called adenosine builds up in your brain. This is the signal that makes you feel tired. Caffeine doesn't remove this chemical. It just blocks the receptor so you can't feel it. It's like putting tape over your car's fuel gauge. The fuel is still running out, you just can't see it. When the caffeine wears off, the dam breaks, and all that built-up adenosine floods your brain at once. This is the afternoon crash. You aren't suddenly tired, you are finally feeling the exhaustion you were hiding from yourself for 6 hours. You cannot borrow energy, you can only defer the crash. Fact 13. Blue light toxicity. The fake sun. Your brain is incredibly old. It evolved to operate by the sun. When the sun goes down, your brain releases melatonin, the hormone that shuts down your engines for deep sleep. But then you stare at your phone. Modern screens emit a specific frequency of blue light that mimics the midday sun perfectly. When you scroll Instagram in bed, you are screaming at your brain, "It is noon, stay awake." Your pineal gland panics and halts melatonin production. You might fall asleep eventually, but the quality of that sleep is garbage. You stay in light sleep, never reaching the deep restorative stages where cellular repair happens. You wake up feeling like you were hit by a truck because, hormonally, you spent the night staring at the sun. Fact 14. Alcohol sedation, the liquid knockout. I need a drink to help me sleep. No, you need a drink to pass out. There is a massive difference. Alcohol is a sedative, not a sleep aid. While it helps you lose consciousness faster, it completely destroys your sleep architecture. Specifically, it blocks REM sleep, the phase where your brain processes emotions and memories. It also relaxes your throat muscles, making you snore and choke. See Fact 7. When the alcohol metabolizes halfway through the night, your body experiences a rebound effect, waking you up or keeping you in shallow, fragmented sleep. You wake up exhausted, not just because of the hangover, but because biologically, you didn't sleep. You were just anesthetized for 6 hours. Put down the wine if you actually want to rest. Fact 15. Circadian chaos, social jet lag. Your body loves routine more than it loves oxygen. It runs on a strict circadian rhythm that regulates hormones, digestion, and temperature. But you live in social jet lag. You wake up at 6:30 a.m. on weekdays for work, but on weekends you sleep until 11 a.m. You think you are catching up on sleep. In reality, you are confusing your biological clock. You are shifting your time zone by 4 hours twice a week. It is the physiological equivalent of flying from New York to London every Friday and flying back every Monday. Your body never knows when to release energy hormones and when to release sleep hormones. You live in a permanent state of jet lag without ever leaving your house. Pick a wake-up time and stick to it, even on Sundays. Fact 16. Decision fatigue, willpower battery. Let's move from the physical to the mental. Your brain burns glucose every time it makes a decision. Not just big decisions, but tiny ones. What to wear, what to eat, which email to answer first. Psychologists call this decision fatigue. You start the day with a full tank of willpower. By 5 p.m., after making thousands of micro-choices, that tank is empty. This is why you cheat on your diet in the evening. Your brain literally doesn't have the energy to say no anymore. If you feel exhausted despite sitting in a chair all day, it's because you overspent your cognitive budget. To fix this, automate your life. Eat the same breakfast, wear similar clothes, save your battery for decisions that actually matter. Fact 17. Dopamine burnout, the pleasure trap. We live in an age of cheap dopamine. Every time you get a like, see a funny video, or eat sugar, your brain gets a hit of pleasure. The problem is, your brain seeks homeostasis, balance. If you flood it with dopamine constantly, by scrolling TikTok for 3 hours, your brain protects itself by down-regulating your receptors. You become numb. Normal life, reading, working, talking, feels incredibly boring and exhausting because it doesn't provide that high-speed chemical hit. You aren't physically tired, you are chemically burned out. You are in withdrawal. You feel apathetic and lethargic because your reward system is broken. The only cure is a dopamine detox. Be bored, stare at a wall. Let your receptors reset. Fact 18. High cortisol, the invisible tiger. Evolution gave us a stress response to survive tiger attacks. Adrenaline spikes, cortisol floods the blood, and muscles tense up to fight or run. Today, there are no tigers, but there are emails, deadlines, and traffic jams. Your body cannot tell the difference between "my boss is annoying" and "a predator is eating me." So, you spend 12 hours a day in fight or flight mode. You are essentially running a marathon while sitting at your desk. Your muscles are micro-tensed, your heart rate is elevated, and you are burning glucose rapidly. By the end of the day, you are physically shattered, not because you moved, but because you spent the entire day vibrating with anxiety. You need to convince your primitive brain that the email is not going to kill you. Fact 19. Unclosed loops, the RAM leak. This is known as the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain hates unfinished tasks. If you start an email but don't finish it, or if you promise to call someone and forget, your brain keeps that task running in the background. It spins and spins, consuming cognitive RAM. It's like having 50 tabs open in your browser. Eventually, the whole computer slows down. This creates a low-level background anxiety that drains your mental energy. You feel overwhelmed and tired, even if you aren't doing anything. The fix? Close the loops. Write everything down. Once it is on paper, your brain feels safe enough to let it go. Stop trying to hold your entire to-do list in your working memory. It's expensive. Fact 20. Boreout, the rusting engine. We talk about burnout from working too hard, but boreout is just as deadly. The human brain is an energy-saving machine. If it perceives that your environment is dull, repetitive, and pointless, it stops allocating resources. Why waste high-octane energy if you are just staring at spreadsheets for 8 hours? Your brain puts you into eco mode. You feel lethargic, sleepy, and unmotivated. This isn't because you are overworked, it's because you are understimulated. You are rusting out. Ironically, doing more, engaging in a hobby, exercise, or a passion project can actually give you more energy. You don't need rest, you need a challenge. Your engine is dying because you never rev it.
We're in the home stretch. We've covered how your organs are failing and how your mind is sabotaging you. Now, let's look at the environment you live in. You might be perfectly healthy, but if you put a race car in a swamp, it won't drive fast. You are poisoning yourself in ways you don't even notice. Let's finish the diagnosis.
Fact 21. CO2 poisoning, the bedroom gas chamber. You spend 8 hours a night in a small, sealed room with the door and windows closed. Modern houses are insulated to be airtight. As you sleep, you exhale carbon dioxide. Slowly, over the course of the night, the CO2 levels in your bedroom spike to levels that reduce cognitive function. You are essentially hotboxing yourself with your own exhaust fumes. This is why you wake up with a dull headache and a groggy brain, desperate for fresh air. It isn't just sleep inertia, it is mild asphyxiation. You are suffocating in your own safety. Crack a window, get a plant. Stop turning your bedroom into a gas chamber. Fact 22. Mitochondrial death, the sedentary trap. Here is a paradox. You say you are too tired to exercise, but biologically, you are tired because you don't exercise. Your cells have tiny power plants called mitochondria that produce energy. Your body is ruthlessly efficient. If you spend your life sitting in a chair, your body looks at your muscles and says, "We don't need all these power plants." It literally dismantles your mitochondria to save resources. You are losing your engine capacity. When you finally try to move, you are exhausted because you have downgraded your engine from a V8 to a lawnmower. The only way to build more mitochondria is to force your body to need them. You have to spend energy to make energy. Fact 23. Vitamin D deficiency, the caveman mode. We are solar-powered creatures living in caves made of concrete. Vitamin D is not just a vitamin for strong bones, it is a hormone that regulates hundreds of genes. When your eyes and skin don't see sunlight, your body assumes it is winter. What do mammals do in winter? They hibernate. They conserve energy. They get depressed. If you work in an office and never see the sun, your biology is stuck in winter mode. You feel sluggish and unmotivated because your DNA thinks food is scarce and you should sleep until spring. Supplementing is good, but going outside is better. Convince your body it is summer, and the energy will return. Fact 24. Hidden mold, the invisible toxicant. This sounds like a conspiracy theory, but it is a biological reality. If you live in an old house or have had water damage, you might have mold behind the walls. You can't always see it, but you are breathing in mycotoxins 24/7. For some people, about 25% of the population genetically, the immune system cannot clear these toxins efficiently. Your body goes into a state of chronic inflammatory response. It is a biological panic attack. You experience brain fog, extreme fatigue, and mysterious aches. You aren't lazy. You are being poisoned by your wallpaper. If you feel better when you go on vacation and worse when you come home, check your house. Fact 25. Food intolerance, the gut leak. I'm not talking about a peanut allergy that kills you instantly. I'm talking about the subtle intolerances, usually to gluten, dairy, or soy, that you ignore. You eat a sandwich and an hour later you feel a bit bloated and sleepy. You call it a food coma. Biology calls it an immune response. Your gut lining gets inflamed, leaky gut, allowing particles into your bloodstream. Your immune system attacks them, causing systemic inflammation that crosses the blood-brain barrier. That foggy feeling isn't digestion, it is mild brain inflammation. Stop eating things that make you want a nap. Food is fuel, not a sedative. Fact 26. Melatonin overdose, the hormonal hammer. Because you can't sleep, you buy melatonin gummies and eat them like candy. Stop. Your brain produces melatonin in picograms, tiny amounts. Most supplements contain 5 milligrams or 10 milligrams. That is 50 times what your body needs. You are hitting your brain with a hormonal sledgehammer. While it might knock you out, it often leaves you groggy and disoriented the next day because the levels are still high when you wake up. Worse, if you take it every night, your brain might downregulate its own production. You are hijacking your body's control panel. Use it for jet lag, not as a lifestyle. Fact 27. Antihistamine drowsiness, the chemical fog. You have allergies, so you take a pill. The sneezing stops, but so does your brain. Many antihistamines, even the non-drowsy ones for some people, work by blocking acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for focus and alertness. You are chemically dampening your nervous system. You walk around in a haze, unable to concentrate, feeling like you are underwater. If you are chronically tired and chronically taking allergy meds, connect the dots. You are trading a runny nose for a functioning brain. Fact 28. Magnesium depletion, the stress tax. Magnesium is the chill pill of minerals. It is required for your muscles to relax and for your nervous system to calm down. Here is the problem. Stress burns magnesium. Coffee burns magnesium. Sugar burns magnesium. You are living a high-stress, high-caffeine life, which means you are peeing out your magnesium reserves. Without it, your body stays in a state of electrical tension. You feel tired but wired. Your muscles are tight, your eye twitches, and you can't truly rest. You are chemically unable to relax. Fact 29. Restless legs, the night marathon. You might be running a marathon in your sleep and not know it. Restless legs syndrome, RLS, or periodic limb movement disorder, causes your legs to twitch or kick every 20 to 40 seconds while you sleep. You don't wake up fully, but your brain gets pulled out of deep sleep every time you kick. You wake up exhausted, looking at your partner who is covered in bruises. It is often linked to low iron or dopamine issues. If your bed sheets are a mess every morning, you might be dancing instead of sleeping. Fact 30. Posture/tech neck, the kinked hose. Physics applies to biology. Your head weighs about 12 pounds. When you lean forward to stare at your phone or computer, the leverage makes it feel like 60 pounds. Your neck muscles are screaming. But worse, this slumped posture compresses your chest cavity. Your lungs cannot fully expand. You are taking shallow, weak breaths all day long. Less oxygen in the lungs means less oxygen in the brain. You are also compressing the blood vessels in your neck. You are literally kinking the hose that feeds your brain. Sit up straight. It's not just about looking confident, it's about getting blood to your head. Conclusion. So, there you have it. 30 reasons why your check engine light is on. You are likely guilty of at least 5 of these. Maybe you are dehydrated, sleep-deprived, iron deficient, and scrolling TikTok at 2 a.m. while eating sugar. And then you wonder why you feel like a zombie? The human body is resilient, but it is not magic. It is a machine of inputs and outputs. If you put garbage in, you get garbage energy out. You don't have to fix all 30 today. Pick one. Drink some water. Go to sleep an hour earlier. Eat a steak. Stop hating your job. The fatigue you feel isn't a life sentence. It is a signal. Your body is begging you to change something. Listen to it before the battery dies completely.
Or don't. I have plenty of space in my cemetery. The choice is yours, meatbag.